So today we'll go with the practical part. So for that, I'm going to use a source called AirCrackNG. Okay, so this is a website where I suggest you to go through that. So this is AirCrackNG website. So you can see aircrackng.org. So in this, you can see the documentation part. So here it's an AirCrackNG suite. So it is a network software suite, which consisting of a detector, packet sniffer, WEP, WPA, WPA2, PSK cracker, and even it analyzes the tools for 802.11 wireless networks. So the program runs in both the Linux and Windows base. So it's an inbuilt application in your Linux. Okay, and you can see you have different programs in this aircrack ng. So you have airbase, aircrack, aerodump, airdrop, airplay, airgraph, airmon. So you can see all these are the wireless network analysis programs here. All right. So if you take airbase ng, which captures the WPA or WPA2 handshake and can act as a ad hoc access point. And aircrack ng, it is defect to WEP and WPA2, which is a cracking tool. So it's a key cracking program. And you can see the ADCAP, so which is decrypt the WEP, WPA, and WPA2 capture files. Okay, so like that, we have different programs. Airdrop ng, which is used to target a rule-based the authentication of users. Airplay ng, which inject and replay the wireless frames. So like that, we have different programs here. So you can go each and every program here, right? So using this AirCrack NG tool, we are going to perform this Wi-Fi hacking here. It's completely on the authentication and dictionary-based attack. This is so as I shown you last time. We discussed about the Wi-Fi pineapple, where you can create these evil twin portals and rogue access points, and you can perform the attacks. And even I told you about the Wi-Fi slacks, so which is a complete Wi-Fi wireless related operating system where you can perform the wireless attacks like Linset, all these things. But it is also a kind of a machine where you can implement on your VMware. And we discussed about the aircraft, right? So these are the methods I told you to go through that. So how many of you done with the task? Last session I have given that, right? So I told you to go through this IEEE standards of wireless networks, Bluetooth and Zigbee. And next, what I told you to go through wireless encryptions and authentication modes and the attacks, evil twin attacks, war driving attacks, and even I told you to go through this aircrack NG2. Did I? Just confirm that. Did I mention that? And how many of you done with the task? It's 20-second session, right? All right. So in 20 second. So I told you to go through these things. So how many of you done with this? Guys, I'm audible to you? See, the assignments and grant test are very important for you to get the certification. So project is not mandatory here, but remember the grant test, whatever you're attending, and the assignments, whatever you're doing, will get the certification. Remember that. Got it? Uh, just confirm me that. Am I audible? I'm not getting any response from your end. What happened to you guys? You guys there? What happened? You guys are not active today? Is this session boring for you? What? Just confirm that. Hmm? All right. So I'll share this link to you guys in chat box. See, project, I'll explain you what that point is. Project is not a mandatory thing here, as I told you last session also. So the grand test and the, what do you say, these things like the assignments are very important. Okay, so you'll get the certification on that basis. So make sure try to complete them. Okay. So team will contact you definitely. They'll explain you about the project things. They'll get your informations, everything. So they'll update you that. Okay. Team will update. So I have shared the link in the chat box. So make sure just go through this document. So we'll perform this attack. So before performing these wireless network things, we need to get some external Wi-Fi adapters here, or else you need to run your what do you say, the the Linux on your hardware, directly on the hardware as a primary OS. So better I suggest go with these adapters, check which are working. So as I mentioned you, I suggest go with the alpha. So alpha adapter, which I'm using right now. Okay, I'm using this model right now. So you can get these adapters which will support in every platform, any kind of platform it supports, like in Windows, Linux, Mac, any kind of platforms they support for you. So I personally suggest go with this part. Okay, just look of them, how the from where you can get that. So using that Wi-Fi only, that Wi-Fi adapters only, we are performing the attack right now, right? So let me open this Kali. So let me go with the root to. So now I updated my system. All right. So first you have to connect the Wi-Fi here. Okay, you can see here you have the Wi-Fi. Let me connect my adapter. So you can see this is my adapter. I'm using the alpha as I shown you right now. So just connect that alpha network and connect to the wireless network. So once you connect this, it will show you the wireless networks here. Right. So when you click on available networks, it will show you the available networks here. I have already connected to my network, which is ER segment guest. Right. So now you can check by using a command called iwconfig. iwconfig. So as you know, my network interface is currently WLAN 0. What is my network interface? WLAN 0. Right. So now I need to make this WLAN 0, which is in which mode we have this? In managed mode. Now we need to convert these managed mode to monitor mode. Okay. So you can see what is managed mode and monitor mode. So monitor mode in Wi-Fi adapter, what you can do with monitor mode in Wi-Fi adapter is, so you can connect that as a premises mode. So you can say this as a premises mode. So what is the use of converting this managed mode to monitor mode? In the sense, it allows you to capture without having to associate with that access point. Means if I want to see what are the devices, what are the access points we have nearby in our network, nearby to our network, you can capture them easily. No need to connect with them. So for example, if you see, are you able to see the access points here of nearby networks like ER segment, Airtel Rama, HP printer, QT, N1, like that you can able to see them, right? And even what are the devices associated with that network also you can see them. When you can when you maintain your network as monitor mode. So by default, our NICs will be in managed mode only. Okay, a managed mode. Only within the network, it can identify the device, not other the network devices. But when you convert this network to the monitor mode. So it is like, unlike it's a promiscuous mode as we discussed in sniffing, which can be used as to packet capturing all the devices inside the network. You can make them. So which is also used for packet sniffing. Monitoring mode allows this packet to capture without having to associate it with an access point or ad hoc network first. So monitor mode only appeals to the wireless networks, while promiscuous mode can be used to on both wired and wireless networks here. All right. So you can look for that. So to make sure to perform some packet injection, so they are suggesting alpha only. They are also suggesting a Wi-Fi adapter which is alpha, so you can purchase them. So right now I'm using that alpha adapter itself. Right. So now we need to convert that a monitored mode to managed mode to monitor mode. We are using a program called Airmon NG. So now you can click on this. So it will describe you about the script, what the script do. So this script can be used to enable the monitor mode or wireless interfaces. So it may also be used to kill the network managers or go back from monitor mode to managed mode or managed mode to monitor mode. And entering the Airmon command with that parameters will show you the interfaces also, which status the interfaces are. So obviously it is WLAN 0. So my interface currently is working on managed mode only. Now we can convert that to the monitor mode just by running this command. So airmon ng start WLAN 0. So WLAN 0 is nothing but our network interface. So what this command do? It enables the monitor mode. So to enable the monitor mode, we are running this command. And to disable the monitor mode, again, airmon ng stop. We are starting stop WLAN 0 mon. You can see mon, monitor mode. Okay. So let me go with that. So let's see here. What is my interface? WLAN 0. And WLAN 0 is running on a mode called managed mode. And you can see ESSID. So it's a ER segment guest 2.4 gigahertz. You can see that. All right. So now I want to convert these from managed mode to monitor mode. So as I told you, why we need to convert that? Why? Why? Because to make our network interface to a monitor mode and can perform some packet injections. And easily you can analyze the nearby networks too. Okay, nearby networks also you can easily identify them, right? So let's go with that command. First is airmon ng, the first step. Remember airmon ng. So which is converting, means which enables your monitor mode on wireless interfaces from managed mode. So just check that airmon ng. So what is my interface right now? WLAN 0. Now these WLAN 0 should be converted into monitor mode. Okay. Even you can check whether it is in monitor mode or managed mode just by running the IW config. So here it will show you in which mode you guys are. Okay. So now to convert this to monitor mode, just run this command, start, and give your interface. So obviously my interface is WLAN 0 is my interface. Now run that. Right. So now you can go with IW config. So what is my mode right now? Is that converted into monitor mode? Is that converted? So see, make sure by converting into monitor mode, then only you can able to capture nearby networks. You can capture the packets of raw 802 frames and collects WEP installation vectors also. Right. So now we converted that. How we converted? Airmon ng start WLAN 0. This is a command which I used to convert that to the monitor mode. Okay. Clear? First we converted that into monitor mode. And next we need to go with the capturing nearby networks. So how we can capture them? Any idea? So let me go with the aerodump ng scenario. So what does aerodump ng do? What is my interface right now? So previously my interface is WLAN 0, which is in managed mode. When I run this airmon ng start WLAN 0, then it converted into WLAN 0 mon. This is my interface. WLAN 0 mon is the interface. So now you can see when I run that command, when I run the aerodump ng WLAN 0 mon, which is my interface right now, will show you the nearby network. So if you get back to this document again, so here you can see aerodump ng. So what it is doing, it is capturing raw 802.11 frames here. So when you click on that, it will show you all these things. So aerodump ng, you can go with your interface, whatever the interface it is having. So you can see. So ESSID, all these things. So when you run that, it will display you the list of detected access points. When I run this command, what I'm getting, what this aerodump ng do, it will display a list of detected access point. Is that showing right now? A list of detected access points. Can you see? Right. Connected. Just a second. So it's showing. Just so it's showing, right? So that is what it is explained here. So it says that, and also list the connected clients, which are nothing but the stations. So stations are nothing but here. So this is the network, which is access point. So to this access point, these are the stations connected. Means you're getting the MAC address here. BSSID in the sense basic service set identifier. You know that yesterday in last session we discussed about the terminologies. In that I shown you about the BSSID, right? So you can get everything here in details. So what is BSSID? What is PWR? But what is beacons? So number of announcement packets sent by the access point, channels, MB, encryption. What encryption they are using is the WPA, WEP, WPA2, or WPA3. What exactly it is? You get what cipher authentication. Is that a pre-shared authentication or open authentication? It will show you. ESSID shows the wireless network name called SSID. Stations, which are the MAC address of the associated clients in stations, and rate packets, props, everything you're getting here. Right. Again, you are running aerodump ng -d and go with the MAC address and -m and go with your target and WLAN 0. So like that, you can give these commands and you can get that handshake file. Right. So let's go with this. Now you got to know what are the access points we have nearby. Can you able to see them? Is that visible for you? These are the nearby networks which is showing for me. So if you want to do that again, so just go with aerodump ng WLAN 0 again. So see here, what are the access points? So which device is active right now, it will show you. Wait for a while. So let me stop this. So now you can see here it shows some networks for you. So in that, choose your target network. Okay. So let me take my ER segment guest only to demonstrate you. I'm not going with other networks. So you can see this is BSSID. This is PWR, which is power, beacons, data exchange, channels, MB, encryption, cipher, authentication, and ESSID. right? So now you need to choose your target. So my target is ER segment. Okay. So now let me go with aerodump ng. I'm trying to get the handshake file. Handshake file in the sense, when you try to connect with that, actually it will collect the, what you can say, it's password, a raw password. A raw password will be there, which is in encrypted way only. It won't show you any plain passwords here. It will have the raw passwords. Okay. So just let me go with that. So hyphen, let me go with hyphen B, which is nothing but the uh, PSS ID. So BSS ID is nothing but this one. Let me copy that. So let me go with hyphen C. What is the channel which is having? What is the channel name? 8 hyphen B PSS ID and hyphen W handshake file. I'm giving the name called handshake. Okay. And which is nothing but your interface. So what is the meaning of this in the sense? So first what I did, I converted my network to managed mode to monitor mode. So by converting that, I can easily capture the nearby ESS IDs and their stations, associated stations also you can see at the bottom. So once I done with that, I'll choose my target. So after choosing your target, you need to collect the handshake file. So where you have to get the handshake file of which network? So you're giving their BSS ID, their channel number, and the file where you want to store that. You can give that path also, or just giving the handshake. I want to capture that in root itself, and WLAN 0 mon. When I run that, so here are you getting any handshake? And you can see the stations, what are the networks it is available. You can see all these things, right? So if you see, are you getting anything here? It's empty, right? It's empty here. So now you need to get the handshake file. So how will you get the handshake file in the sense? First, you need to de-authenticate the network. De-authenticate the network in the sense, for example, let me see here. This is my mobile. Okay, so imagine this is my mobile. So currently I have connected to uh, ER segment 2.4 gigahertz. Now is that connected now? Can you able to see that? Is my mobile device connected to the ER segment 2.4? It's connected, right? So now I need to make this network down. So what happened when I make this network down? Obviously, you guys will try to connect it again, right? At that time, it will capture the handshake. So to make this network down, so what I'm doing is I'm keeping this uh, terminal tabs live only. So I'm opening a new terminal tab. So to perform the de-authentication, I'm going to use a command called airplay ng, and hyphen deauth from 0 means continuously send some unlimited request, and hyphen a, which is nothing but the BSS ID of your target, and go with the interface WLAN 0 mon is my interface. Enter. Invalid destination. Go with 0 to 0. Start invalid destination. This is a handshake file. This is a device which is, so if you observe, we have nothing here. Go with I'll give Wi-Fi. Just a second. Yeah. So I need to mention iPhone only. So now you can see it is automatically sending some deauthentication. So if you see my device here, it will disconnect for a while. So now you can see it's captured. So actually, maybe someone connected to this. So what it will do is it will try to disconnect. Means when I send that like deauthentication packets, automatically your device will disconnect it from that. Again, you guys will try to connect that again, right? You guys will try to click on that again. So what happened once you click on the, so it will exchange the packets and it will authenticate itself and it will connect again. So at that point, they'll capture the handshake. Can you see we got the handshake file? So let me stop this. Once you got the handshake file, just stop that ls. So can you see have handshake file? So again, this is a pcap file. You can open that with Wireshark also, and you can analyze that packet. You can open that packet and you can analyze that one with your Wireshark. So now you have handshake in your hand. So you have handshake file in your hand. Now you can perform the aircrack engine. Aircrack engine in the sense simply you can go with aircrack ng and you can give that handshake file. So first go with handshake dot cap file. Okay. So after that, go with your word list. So you need to get your own word list. So you can see I'm using the user share word list and that rocky.tu we have. I need to create my own word list. So better you guys can create your own word list. So let me stop this deauthentication also. Why? Because I captured that handshake file. So now I'll go with touch some pass.txt file I'll create. So you can create your own file. See, as I told you in last session, it's completely unguessable part. So now I'll go with some nano kill.txt, or else let me extract that file itself. Let me go to the file system, go with user. I have a default word list actually in your Windows itself, sorry, in Linux itself. So it's a word list website, sorry, folder. So I have the rocky.txt, try to extract that here. Okay, it extracted. Let me open. If your password is basic or numeric, I can create a new word list also. So now you can see it is trying to crack the password. So whatever the word list it is having, so with that word list and whatever the key you are having, the handshake key, it validated with that password. If that matches, it will get the output for you. So obviously they won't guess my password. So if they guess the password and if they want to keep that, so definitely they can see that. So it takes time again to crack this password. You can see my CPU usage was full here. So again, to perform a brute force attack, the system should have a good processor and GPU also. CPU and GPU should be good because it consumes more processor when you do the brute force attack. Can you see? My CPU utilization is full in this Linux machine. Almost it full. That's why you can see there is a huge lag in my system. So you can see it's performing the brute force. So if the password exists in that word list, it will crack and it will give the output file. If the password is not existed, then you won't get that. So you won't able to crack that. Got it? Is that clear, everyone? So first what we did, just a second, still bit hang. Let me stop this. So in this document, I have mentioned every step. So as you know, to perform these wireless attacks, so you need a good Wi-Fi adapter here. So you can go with that Wi-Fi adapter. So first what we made, so we are checking that whether our network is in monitor mode or managed mode by using a command called iwconfig. So when you run that, it will show you what mode your device is in. So once you have the managed mode, so it is not in monitor mode, then you have to change it into the monitor mode. So how you can change that in a sense? Using airmon ng start double line 0. So this is a command which enables the monitor mode from managed mode. So then you can able to capture all the nearby access points by making this to the monitor mode. So once you run or change this manager to the monitor, then go with the aerodump engine. So to search the nearby connections by using the aerodump engine. So and give your interface. Obviously your interface has changed to the WLAN 0 mon. So after that, you can see the available networks. In that you can choose the network which you want to perform the attack. So I choose this ER segment. So for that, now you need to get the handshake file. So to get the handshake file, I'm using the aerodump ng -c the channel and -d or -b BSS ID and -w the file name where you want to capture that handshake. Go with the file name and interface. So once you're done with that, go and wait for the. You can use this command or this command, either you can work it on and go with any of these. Okay. So once you're done, if handshake is not coming, then send the de-authentication packets. So as you know, what is de-authentications? Like a de-authentication props will be sent and make the network down. So what happened when we are making the network down? So automatically we are like it will make the target network down, and if they wants to connect back again, they'll click on that. So when they click on that, automatically it perform the handshake, and that handshake can be captured by de-authenticating. So to perform the de-authentication, here I have given the AirPlay NG and iPhone. See, remember it's an iPhone DR 0, which means continuously send an unlimited de-authentication request. If you mention 1, 2, 3 like that, only 3, 4, 5, 6 packets like that it will send. If I mention 0, unlimited it will send. iPhone A is nothing but your target. Mention your target BSS ID, whatever you used here, the BSS ID. Use the same BSS ID here and go with your interface. So once you're done with that, so remember, I forgot to mention WLAN 0 mon. Here it's a mon. So go with this command. Okay. And once you've done that, it will capture the handshake file. Once you got that handshake file, you can open that with the Wireshark. And now you can perform some crunch tool to create a word list. So if you want to create a word list, you can use the crunch tool. Minimum 8 letters will be there. Maximum you have to guess. And then A to Z or like there will be some indications for that. You can go with that. Within that, it will create a password file. So what is the use of this crunch tool is, it is a word list generator. It will generate a word list according to your input. Whatever the input you'll do, according to that, it will generate a word list. Okay. And to crack that password, I'm going to use AirCrackNG and the handshake file and -W, which is a word list. And word list you have to mention there. So it starts for checking the password with that PCAP file, which sent by the word list. And after some times, make sure it has given the output or not. You have to check that. So key found. So here you can see the key what it found. If it is not existed in this word list, you won't get that. Okay, getting my point? You won't get that. Okay, so that is how this AirCrackNG works. Right? Is that clear, everyone? So again, it should be in their word list. If it is not existed in the word list, it won't crack the password. So again, it's a guessable scenario. Like what you did for the FTP and SSH, same thing we have to perform here. So make sure your password should be more secure. Use some combination so where it is a bit difficult for them to perform the attack here. Okay. Just give me a second. Yeah. So you have already handshake file. Now directly you can perform the AirCrackNG and go with handshake.cap file and -W, which is the word list. So word list I'm using is user share, go with word list and rocku.txt. This is the word list which I'm having. So select your interface. I'm working on your segment guest. So select the file option and enter. So now it start performing the brute force. So can you see once I start the brute force, can you see my CPU usage was utilized 100%? So why? Because the brute forcing consume more RAM and processor. Remember that. So having the word list is not enough. Having a good PC also important here. Okay. So obviously it takes time. So it has some lakhs, millions of word list passwords it contain actually this file. So it will check with that file. If anything matches, it will give the output for you. Got it? Is that clear, everyone? Is that clear? Are you guys there? So simple, it is also a kind of a dictionary based attack we have. Okay, this is WPA2 scenario. So now there is a evil twin basis. So let me show you how the evil twins also will work. So for that, I'm using a different operating system here, which is Wi-Fi Slacks. So I'm already installed that. So you can get it that Wi-Fi Slacks from online also. You can just go to the Google and type Wi-Fi Slacks. So you can download that file, Wi-Fi Slacks from here. So again, as I told you, it's in Spanish. So make sure to check that. So you can download from here. Okay. So further also it requires the adapter. So now just turn on the Wi-Fi slacks. So make sure I'm going with the settings of English. So I'm changing to the English menu and select SMP kernel and XCC desktop. Just a second. Just a second. Mm. All right. Maybe there is a desktop environment problem in the VMware, so I use that in virtual. So if you see, this is an Wi-Fi Slacks interface. It's a separate operating system where you can find it from online, and you can see some menu. So when you click on this start menu, so you can see many different attacks like evil access point defender, or you can see decryptors, you can see forensic tools. So when you come to this wireless, so here you can see many tools, right? And when it comes to the WPA scenario, here can you able to see the link set? Can you see evil twin attack? See, I'm not having this Wi-Fi pineapple right now. Like it is with Karthik actually. I'm using this open source tool. So where if Wi-Fi pineapple again you have to purchase that. So it will be around some $200 to $300 from online. You have to get that. Okay. And instead of that, I'm going with some open sources here, which is Wi-Fi Slacks. So just having the Wi-Fi adapter is enough for this attack. So it will be in Spanish again, remember. So I'll tell you, I'll explain that part. So now for this, it requires the Wi-Fi adapter. So already I just clicked on these devices and you can see there is an USB option and I have connected to that adapter. So see, if you're not having the adapter, this tool won't work. Okay. So now here it is showing the interface. It is interface is WLAN 0. So select one only and click enter. So just number is enough. So here it says the attack modes. Okay. So select one, aerodrome basis. So it will scan nearby networks. So you can see it is scanning all the nearby networks, right? So here you can see my device. I'm making my device and all right. So now you can see my device is connected to the interface here, which is 2.4 gigahertz guest. So do we have that thing? Yes, we have that. So just Control C, break this. So it will show you all the networks. access points here. So in that I'm choosing my target, which is ER segment. Okay, again, you can see what is the standard it is using, encryption standard WPA2. As you know, WPA2 what it is, right? So now it is having the sequence number 16. So just go with 16, enter. So it is asking for you, do you have any, means what kind of attack method, hotspot based or air based NG. So I'll go with the recommended one, which is hotspot based. Do you have any handshake file? No, just go with enter. Now by using aircrack ng, we are capturing the handshake file. So I'm choosing the one option, which is a massive access point object it will performance. It sends some de-authentications and capture the handshake. So now you can see here, it is sending the de-authentications. Can you see here? And it will try to capture the handshake file here. Okay. So I have to wait for a while. It will disconnect me from that network. Or else you can use some de-authentication tools also. Like I have shown you watch also, a de-authenticator watch. So you can see what are the devices connected to that particular access point, which are nothing but the stations here. Taking time. So actually it will make your network down by sending some de-authentication packets. So you can see it captured the handshake for after a while. So let me close this. So do you capture the handshake file option? 1, enter. So select the interface 1. So it will be in English 1. So now what it is doing is it is creating some web interface. So can you see here I'm getting the ER segment 2.4 gigahertz. Here already it connected, but again it is showing a fake access point. Can you see that? And even in this also you can see there will be 2.4 gigahertz. Here can you see the primary one is not showing here. Can you see that? And there is no lock symbol also here. Is that visible for you guys? Is that visible for you? Here, can you see there is a fake access point is created? See, here you can see a lock symbols, which are encrypted one, but here it is not showing. Can you able to follow that? So what happened when I click on that part, it will automatically connect to this. So whenever actually what they do is here it is not de-authenticating properly. So this is a primary network which I have connected. So what the attackers do is they'll de-authenticate this network and they create a fake network here. So what happened when I created this fake network? If you observe, it is directly opening a interface. Can you see? And what it is asking for? Password. So if you enter the password, then only it will give the, see if you enter the random password also, it won't take. When you click on submit, it won't take that. It says wrong password. Why? How it knows that is a wrong password? How it knows that is a wrong password which I have entered? Can anyone tell me that? When you click, have you observed that? So it's showing the two interfaces for me. Actually, it won't show you the primary one. It will disconnect that. Okay, so here it is showing. Can you see? One is the genuine, one is the fake. So I created a fake access point here. Actually, even you can down this one also. For that, you need to use some de-authentication tools here. So this tool is not working that much accurately. So you can use a de-authentication tool here and you can make this network down and it won't show you. It won't show you. You're getting my point? Just confirm me. Are you guys able to follow me what I'm doing here? Everyone, just confirm me that. Are you guys able to follow me what I'm doing here? So I created a fake access point here, 2.4 gigahertz, and I have to make this primary one as a down. So for that, I'm not having the de-authentication watch right now. So I can make that network down and I can create the fake networks. So once you click on this fake network, it will automatically redirect to a website and asking you to enter the password. So what is the reason it's saying? a connectivity check or a kind of authentication for security reasons, enter the key access point internet here. And if you give the random username password also, it won't accept that. How it knows that is a wrong password? How they know that that is a wrong password? Why? Because have you observed when I enter the wrong password, it is not able to take that. Can you see the enter the password is wrong or not correct? How it knows that? Anyone? If I entered a genuine password, so let me enter my password. Something, right? So when I enter the genuine password, it accept your connection will be restored in a few moments, it says. And here the attacker got the password. Did I got the password here? Did I got the password or not? I got that, right? So how it knows the password is correct, the password is wrong? Anyone? Any idea? Yes, you got my question right. So how they know that? In the sense, if you observe previously, I captured the handshake file. Did I capture the handshake file? You know what handshake file contains? A raw password, which is in an encrypted way. Means a key will be there. So whenever I authenticate with this password, it will validate with the handshake file. If they both match, you'll get that. Right. Sumant, what is that? Today topic session. Tell me everyone, please. What you're asking? Hmm. So this is how it happens. So whenever you enter that password, it will be authenticated with the handshake file which I have captured. If that both matches, then only it will accept the password. So if you see, if I enter the wrong password, it is not able to take that. You can see that it is not able to take that. It says the wrong password. When I enter the correct password, it is validating with the handshake file and it is giving the output. Same in aircrack NG also, we have the handshake file and word list file. We have given that both. So by giving that both, whatever the authentication it is performing on the Wi-Fi is validating with the handshake. If that handshake matches, then only you can able to get the password. If not, you won't get that. So that is what happened here also. So this is what evil twin attack means. They'll create a fake access point and make the primary one down, and they'll make you to click on that part. So once you click on that, it will automatically redirect to the page, a access point, evil pin portal. So where it will ask for the username and password. Once you enter that, they'll get the password. That is how the things work. Is that clear, everyone? Is that clear about the evil twin attack and aircrack NG base? Yes, no, say something. All right. So this is how they perform the wireless attacks. Right. So what is the countermeasures you guys will give? So how will you defend against these WPA, WEP, WPA2, WPA3 cracking? So simple, the password, first thing. So the only way to crack the WPA is to snip the password PMK associated with the handshake and authentication process. And if this password is extremely complicated, it will be almost impossible to crack. If you're using a random password that is not made up of a dictionary words, then it is a bit difficult to perform the attack. So select a complex password of minimum 20 characters in length and regularly change it. And use dice where words means use some combinations, all the upper cases, lower cases, numeric values, all these things. So which manages your password to be secure. And second thing, client settings. So make sure everyone in your routers try to enable the WPA2 and that to AES and CCMP encryption only. So some people still use WPA. So make sure use WPA2 with AES and CCMP encryption. We discussed about that part in previous session. What is WEP? What is WPA? What is WPA2? What is WPA3? So can you able to perform these evil twin attack? Sorry, this aircrack NG or password brute forcing in WPA3? Actually, no, you can't do that. Why? Because as you know, every time it generates a new handshake file where it generates a alternate keywords. So at the time we perform these evil twin attacks in that base scenario. So it's completely phishing based. Okay, it's kind of a social engineering attack again. So using these evil twin based attacks, we perform the attack on the wireless networks. So make sure on the client side, you should enable the AES CCMP, which is WPA2 encryption. And additional controls, use VPN technologies such as remote access VPNs or extranet VPN and intranet VPN, and implement some network access controls or network access protection solutions for additional control over the end user connected. So there will be some other alternate tools where you can make your network to be a private. So only you can connect to the network, or else try to hide this network. Okay, so try to hide these access points. So where it will be a bit difficult for the hackers to identify the access point. So at the time you need to enter the password along with the access point, then only you can able to connect to that. Hidden the network. Simple hide the network from your access point, right? And you can use these kind of systems which are wireless intrusion prevention systems and implement that to your network. So in organizations, they use these things like wireless intrusion prevention systems and protect against the network threats. So which enable the administrator to detect and prevent the various network attacks. That is what they do in the real time, right? So you can use these auditing tools also like Ferni Wi-Fi. So you can see the Ferni also, it will be there in your Play Store. You can download that Ferni and see what are the devices connected to your network and how many devices are connected to your network. You can check that one also. So I'm using that Ferni. So this is a Fen tool. So you can scan your current network which you connected, and it will show you all the devices which are connected to your network. And see, it is showing my device. Right, so you can see all these devices which are connected to my network. And you can ping them, you can check, you can scan, you can wake up, you can do all these things. So it is a TP link, you can see their IP address. The device is online. Right, so this is one tool which is 11 online devices are there currently connected to this particular network. And you can see, click on devices and you can see, and what is the network they are using is Act Fiber. And we have some tools. You can run the speed test. You can see what latency, location, and provider is. So you can see that, right? So you can find the open ports also. Find open ports by giving the IP address of that particular device IP. So you can ping the networks, right? So you can use all these things. Okay. So like these devices we have Fen Wi-Fi cracker, Boop suite, Cisco adaptive wireless intrusion prevention systems like air magnet Wi-Fi analyzer. Like that, we have different auditing tools. So you can implement them to your, and even security tools for the Wi-Fi's. Sorry, for mobile-based scenarios. So you can implement these things. Again, make sure what permissions they are asking. So if they are going with internal permissions, better not to use them. I personally suggest that. Okay. Is that clear, everyone? So make sure if you want to practice that, I have given everything in this document. So about aircrack NG tool. So first we need to make to that monitor mode, and from then capture nearby networks by using the aerodom and select your target. Go with the aerodom channel interface and capture the handshake file. And again, if you're not getting the handshake file, go with the AirPlay NG and perform some de-authentication and make the network down. Again, if they wants to try to click on that, obviously it will be redirected to the network interface. And once you click that, it will capture the handshake. So once you got that handshake, means that you have a raw packets of the password. So now you need to crack that raw password by using a word list. So that word list you can generate using the crunch tool also. So you can use crunch tool, minimum and maximum characters we have. Okay. Is that clear, everyone? So this is all about the hacking wireless network. If you can crack that, if they use the advanced also, but again, it's a guessable scenario, right? So if you observe here, we use a password. Hence, we only generated a new handshake file. Sorry, a word list. So if the password, whatever they kept is existed in that word list, then it will crack that. If not, it won't. Then you need to go for evil twin based attacks. See, here the encryption is provided to your password and authentication. So once I got that, I can use a word list and I can perform the authentication, right? So it will try like a brute force scenario. So if you remember the Hydra tool, do you remember the Hydra tool, which we discussed in beginning and in scanning phase? We generated the user list and the password list, and we performed on FTP and SSH, if you remember. Right, same method here also. I'm implementing on my handshake file. So I got my handshake file. So in that it contains the password, but it is in raw format, and I'm using a word list now. So the word list will be validated with this thing. If they both matches, then it will give the password. If not, you won't get the password. So you have to, it's completely guessable scenario. As you know, password cracking is not an easy thing. So if the password exists, if you are using a basic password like password 123, or user at the rate 123, or your name at the rate 123. So based on your network, I'll try to create that. So for example, if ER segment guest is there, so I'll try like ER segment at the rate 123, or ER segment at the rate guest, or ER segment at the rate 256. Like that, I'll try some random things alternately, and I'll give that. Right. So that is what the things happen. You'll get the abstract, no worries. Okay. So Chandana and Sujit will get that. Don't worry. About the project, they'll explain you. And again, I'm telling you, the projects are not mandatory here. Getting my point? So if you guys are interested, definitely they'll come, they'll explain you, and they'll let you know how to do that. Got it? The team will definitely explain you. Again, I'm telling you. Last class also I told you that they'll contact you and they'll explain you about that. Nothing will happen. It's up to you. See, the mandatory thing in this is you have to do the task whatever I'm giving these things like assignments and the grant test they are conducting, right? So you have to attend that both. So accordingly you'll get the marks, and accordingly you'll get the certification. Project is not a mandatory here. See why? Because see, this is a base course, man. So we are not going with a major or mini projects here. Projects are which are related to the internship only, whatever the topics we cover. In that we have to do some projects according to some like we did the aircraft engine, so I'll tell you to go with that and perform the project on that basis. So like that it will be there. So it's up to you again doing the project or not. They'll take the opinion of you guys, and accordingly they will explain. The team will contact you and they'll explain. See, assignments, I told you to submit in the drive, that drive link, and I shared that form in the Telegram group also. Okay. So I told you, right, how to submit the task. Yes or no? So I have given that link for you, right? A form link I have shared with you. I don't know how many of you done with the task. I'll validate them. So here I told you to submit that. Empty folder. See, again, I'm telling you, you have to do the task. I'll go in this way. So almost, I think we went up to 15 tasks. I think I have given for you almost. So minimum there should be 12 to 15 tasks you have to complete. I told you not to submit the presentation link directly. I told you to go with these. So you can see you're almost done. About the malwares, sniffing, Swapna. So go with this, everyone. Try to submit them. So there are any particular last day of submission for the task? No, actually, before giving the certification, we need almost we left with three sessions, I think. Next session we'll discuss about the cryptography. Then I'll go with the introduction to the uh, what you can say this web pen testing. So I'll go with that, and that will see about the SQL and XSS. That will be end of your program. So we left with two modules. One is web application pen testing, and another one is cryptography. Got it? So almost we left with three sessions, I think. It will be done in this week. Right? So go with the task again. The same task I'm giving for you. I think, see, it's not a major or minor project. It's not your college-based project, right? We're not going with major projects. So perform aircraft NG, perform Wi-Fi hack using aircrack NG suit. So I don't know how many of you completed with this. So go with along with this. So try to perform Wi-Fi attack using the aircrack NG, and if possible, go with the evil twin attack. Perform evil twin attack using Wi-Fi slacks. Okay. So or if you have Wi-Fi pineapple also, you can go with Wi-Fi pineapple. It's a hardware tool again. Okay. And then go with the countermeasures. Countermeasures of wireless network hacking. Okay, so this is your task for the next session. Okay, so try to complete the task. So maybe you'll have the exam also. Prepare for that. So I don't know when they'll conduct. So we left with 3 sessions. So almost I will try to complete it this week. So once you're done, you'll have the grand test too. So accordingly, you'll get the marks, and on that basis only you'll get the certification. Remember, and the task. So as you know, every week and every day you're getting the task. So try to go with that. So I'm started recording the task from 14 session. 14, 16, 15. Right. Got it, everyone? So try to complete your task, everyone. I can see only few people done with the task. I need everyone to go with these assignments and try to complete them. Okay. So in next session, we'll go with the cryptography. So we'll complete the cryptography concept in next session. And then we'll move on to the web application pen testing introduction. It will be just an introduction, and 2 or 3 attacks we'll see. So I'll send the task in the chat box. Assignment link, you'll have a form link I have shared in the group. Like you have in Telegram group, there will be a task submission form link will be there. So you can go with that. And even many times I have shared that in the chat box also. I don't know whether you attended the session or not. So if not, try to get from your friends. So I have shared both the documents. Everyone try to submit that and do. Got it? So you got the task and the document, right? Everyone? Just confirm me that. So I have shared the task document and the module document. So just everyone go through that. Yes. And do you have any doubts related to the topics what we covered till now? Anyone? Do you guys having any doubts on the topics which we covered? See, assignment, I have shared this drive link for you. If possible, Kirtana, check in the Telegram group. At the beginning, it was shared for you. So in that, you need to submit the task in that point. I told you, right? So I don't know whether you're there in the session or not. So I have shared a form link for you. Okay, so here you need to submit your name, college name, roll number, email ID, contact, and here I told you to submit your drive link. So just go to your Google, you'll have the drive. So in drive, you need to upload the folder. Okay, so you can check that. Just go with new, click on upload. So here you'll have the task folder. So in the task folder, you need to submit your task. So whatever the assignments you guys are doing, so you need to submit all this assignment and just share this link in that form. So you'll get copy link, right? So again, make sure it should be in everyone. So again, it is in private. I can't do anything. So make sure access with anyone, not restricted. Go with access with anyone. Copy that link and submit that in the form. Okay. So only these people have submitted till now. So in that also I have to filter. So some people have shared only a single document, and some people shared only the empty folders, and some people didn't given the access to that folders. So make sure it should be in public and try to share the folder, not a file link, a complete folder link. Then we'll go with that folder and we'll see all your tasks. Like if you see here, the Swapna did. So she shared this drive link with the folder. So I can able to see all her tasks here, the assignments what she did. Got it? So I can see from here whatever the assignments she did. So I can go with that. I'll validate that according to the things which I have given. So in map techniques, sandboxes, solve fileless malware, cyber loss, authentication protocols, advanced persistent threats, dynamic malware analysis, sniffing, information security standards, file systems. I think social engineering and DDoS is spoofing. So social engineering and DDoS, I think not done. And even I have given this firewalls also. So implementation of PF sense. Hmm. So how many have you done with that? So I'll check all these things, important topics, whether you did the task or not. So you have the recording access, right? Everyone having the access to the recording sessions. So in every session, I have given this task in here. So whatever the task I have given to you, it will be there in there. So go and recall them and do the task and submit the link in the form. Okay. Is that clear? So whoever not having the link of this, I'm sharing that in the chat box. So remember, if you have any doubts, you guys can ask me. So we have 3 more sessions left. So try to recall the topics. If you're getting any doubts, note down that. And in session, you can ask me about that. So related to the subject. If you have any doubts related to the subject, you guys can ask me. Is that clear? All good? Any doubts? Anyone? Do you guys have any doubts related to the subject or topic? All clear? All right. So we'll stop it here for today. So you can tell when would be the last class. So count it for 3 sessions. On Wednesday and Thursday will be there. Again on Monday, I think it will be the last. Or in between, if I get any time, I'll take on that Saturday or Sunday. So left with 3 classes. count it. Daily tests are not opening. Okay. I'll discuss with the team and I'll let you know. Okay. I'll inform them. So if anyone from the black box, if you guys there, just look into this problem. Some people are not able to access the portal, like they are not able to go with the daily task, and they're not working with the assignment, submission of assignment portal. So fine, I'll inform to the team guys. All right, so that's it for today, guys. So thank you for attending the session. Have a great day, guys. See you next session. So try to submit the form, and you guys can leave. Yeah, thank you, sir.